The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, reduced its prediction for China's GDP growth in 2022 by a quarter to 3.3% last month. Except for 2020's COVID crisis fall, that would be the slowest pace in 40 years and below the 5.5% target of the government. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Our topic for today is China crashing the world economy. Watch this video till the end to know what exactly went wrong for the economy of China. Let's begin. Summing up the primary reason for China crashing the world economy in some lines. China is the largest consumer of energy globally. China is showing no signs of reducing the use of coal. Over a year ago, China made a huge decision to ban the trade of coal from Australia, and this decision has drastically changed the world economy. The prices of coal have risen tremendously. Australia. Around a third of all trade between Australia and its trading partners is conducted with China. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, exports of Australia to China, keeping aside Hong Kong, totaled $16.3 billion in June alone, more than double its $8.8 billion in imports. When the data series started in January 1988, trade increased roughly 140 times. Imports and exports. China is the largest consumer of raw resources worldwide, consuming 70% of the iron ore exported worldwide, much of it mined in Pilbara. However, according to Lori Miliverta, head analyst at the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, China's imports of coal and oil are declining. Can the real estate crisis in China cause a global economic collapse? Finally, the Chinese real estate bubble is deflating. While the government works hard to put out the flames, protesters are taking to the streets. Chinese real estate has become the world's largest single asset class, valued at more than an astounding $50 trillion, thanks to a 20-year real estate boom fueled by loans and money from residences that have already been sold. To force developers to deleverage, China published guidelines in August 2020 limiting the amount they could borrow. The Three Red Lines regulations cut off financing to some developers, triggering a string of defaults. According to a report by S&P Global Ratings, 40% of developers were in financial difficulties, and mortgage boycotts posed hazards to both social stability and the economy. Growth going wrong. As it adjusts to a harsh zero-COVID strategy and declining global demand, China's economy is slowing down. Official growth data from July to September are forthcoming. If the second-largest economy globally faces a decline, the possibility of a worldwide recession rises. Beijing's target of 5.5% annual growth is currently unattainable, although officials have minimized the importance of achieving the goal. China's nearly missed going through a contradiction from April to June. Some economists predict that this year will see no growth, unfortunately. The nation may not be experiencing severe inflation like the US and UK, but it does have other issues. The world's factory has unexpectedly discovered fewer customers for its goods domestically and abroad. Trade tensions between major economies like the US and China also hamper growth. And as it falls in opposition to the US dollar sharply, the yuan is on its way to having its worst year in decades. Investor trepidation caused by a weak currency feeds uncertainty in the financial markets. Furthermore, it makes it difficult for the central bank to inject money into the economy. President Xi Jinping is facing exceptionally high stakes at the moment that all of this is happening. So what specifically went wrong? 1. Zero COVID is causing mayhem. COVID outbreaks have hampered economic activity across industries in several cities, including manufacturing areas like Shenzhen and Tianjin. Major services are under pressure because the public is not spending their currency on items like food and drink, retail, or tourism. As per the National Bureau of Statistics, factory activity in the manufacturing sector looks to have increased again in September. The government's increased investment in infrastructure may be the source of the rebound. 2. Beijing isn't performing enough. Beijing has intervened. In August, it unveiled a 1 trillion yuan plan to support startups, real estate, and infrastructure. But there is much more government officials may do to spur expenditure and achieve economic goals and employment growth. 3. The change in the climate is making matters worse. The effects of extreme weather are starting to linger on the businesses of China. A severe heat wave and subsequent drought affected some areas of the country. In a location where hydropower is nearly exclusively the only energy source, the demand for air conditioning increased and eventually overloaded the electrical grid. Positive note: Beijing ultimately came to the aid of farmers and energy businesses with billions of dollars. Beijing's grip over banks and much of the economy, however, signals a slowdown rather than a collapse, according to Pettis, who noted that while debt binges in the United States in the 1920s and Japan in the 1970s and 80s preceded calamities. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more such informative content. What do you think about the world economy? Let us read your answer in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and share the video. Goodbye.